My name is Hiroki Kirishima, a 25-year-old office worker. It's been 3 years since I started working, and I'm finally getting used to my job. Crap, I need to hurry and prepare the documents for the meeting. Oh, I've already finished that for you. Thanks, you saved me. Thanks for your thoughtfulness, Kirishima. That's my boss, Chief Kawagoe, who says that with a relieved smile. He's always so gentle, yet gives precise advice.
You really are good at reading people, Kirishima-kun. How did such a great guy grow up?
That's Hirano-san, saying that with admiration. She's a senior colleague who's like a reliable older sister, and... Please, stop exaggerating. It's not a big deal.
What's going on? What are you guys talking about?
That's Kazuto Higuchi, my goofy coworker. The four of us often work together as a team, led by Chief Kawagoe.
Kirishima-kun prepared the documents, right?
We were just saying how Kirishima is always helping us with his thoughtfulness. The team has a good vibe, and we all work together harmoniously, but...
Did you really go out of your way to do that? Man, you're such a pushover.
You're still the same as ever.
It's not wrong, but you need to think about how you say things. You need to read the room a bit better.
Huh? Sorry. Did I do something wrong?
Yeah, he's not a bad guy, but he's a bit insensitive and says the wrong thing sometimes. Just now, the go out of your way part was unnecessary, and do that was a bit rude.
I went back home the other day, so here are some souvenirs. Please, everyone, help yourselves.
Another day, a junior coworker from another department, 2 years younger than me, Yuuka Sugino, came by. Apparently, she brought some local sweets.
Oh, wow, I'm so happy. I love these sweets.
Thanks as always. I'll bring some treats to your department soon too.
Speaking of, the tool that Sugino-san made us a while ago has been a huge help.
Thanks to that, our jobs have become much easier. You're amazing, Sugino-san.
I'm glad I could be of help.
Sugino-san shrunk back, getting praised. She's a bit quiet and reserved, but her kind and thoughtful nature made her liked by everyone in the company.
Huh, my oasis, Sugino-san!
Higuchi exclaimed excitedly as Sugino-san returned to her department.
She's so cute and gentle, and just talking to her is healing. A goddess who is kind to everyone, even people from other departments.
Higuchi, you're not going to tell me you're trying to hit on Sugino, are you?
Well, if she were single, I would be going for it with all I've got, but she has a boyfriend. That would be too much of a bother, right?
Good. I'm a bit relieved that you know that much.
What do you mean by calling me an insensitive person?
It's not far from the truth. I have a whole list of your insensitive sayings, you know.
Huh? What's that?
Sugino-san, who everyone admires, has a boyfriend, and that person is...
Sorry to keep you waiting, Hiroki-kun.
It's okay. I wasn't waiting long. Yeah, it's me. After my relentless pursuit, I started dating Sugino-san, or Yuuka, 3 months ago. We don't make it overly public, but it's not like we're hiding it either, so everyone around us knows about our relationship.
Huh? Hiroki-kun, are you having a convenience store rice ball today? That's unusual.
I had to leave for work early today, so I didn't have time to make one. I usually bring a homemade lunch to save money, but sometimes it can't be helped.
If that's the case, would you like to share a little bit of my lunch? Actually, I had some time today, so I made lunch.
Huh? Really?
It's not the prettiest, but if you don't mind.
She said, showing me a homemade lunch for the first time. She always brings a sandwich from the bagel shop nearby, or a lunchbox from the deli, so... Today was quite a rare day. Whoa, this is Yuuka's homemade lunch! What are you saying? I'm incredibly happy! Let's dig in.
Well, what do you think?
It's super delicious!
Really? I'm so glad. I'm going to try making my own lunch from now on, just like you, Hiroki-kun.
It may not have looked perfect, but it tasted so gentle and warm. Come to think of it, how long has it been since I last ate someone's cooking? I'd be happy if I could eat Yuuka's lunch every day. But I don't want to burden Yuuka. That's why I decided to propose this. Hey Yuuka, if you're okay with it, how about we started making each other's lunch every other day? For example, if I make both our lunches tomorrow, then Yuuka would make mine the day after. That way, we can both have a day where we can relax in the morning. What do you think?
Wow, that's a great idea. That sounds like so much fun. But I'm not confident I can make them as nicely as you, Hiroki-kun.
What are you saying? That's not a problem at all. There's value in you making it for me.
Huh?
I mean, only if you're okay with it though.
It's totally fine. I'll make them with all my heart.
Really? Yes! And so, we started to make each other's lunches every other day.
Hiroki-kun, how was today's lunch?
It was even more delicious today. Yuuka, you're such a hard worker. A month has passed since we started exchanging lunches. Every day that we eat the lunches we made together or separately is priceless.
Thanks. But I still can't make lunches as pretty as you, Hiroki-kun. So I'll try to improve myself more.
A few days later, I went to the break area with my lunch as usual. Today, it's Yuuka's turn, and I'm looking forward to what kind of side dishes she's packed. I really wanted to eat together with Yuuka, but she said she has work to do today too. My and Yuuka's break times still rarely match, so we can only eat together sometimes. Feeling a bit lonely, I opened my lunchbox when... Oh, another lunch today? You're really putting in the effort, huh? Higuchi came over and peeked at my lunch. What the heck is that? You sometimes make some seriously bad lunches. Were you half asleep when you made this?
Huh?
Leave me alone. What's with you? Such a killjoy. I was furious at him for making fun of my girlfriend's cooking, so I more or less ignored Higuchi and ate my lunch. At the end of the workday, while heading home with Yuuka...
Hey, Hiroki-kun. About making each other's lunches, would you mind if we took a break for a while?
I stared at Yuuka in shock. Huh? Sorry, was it too much of a burden? You're not used to it, so it might have been tough on you.
No, it's not that. I've always been cooking for myself in the evening, so I just make it at the same time. The reason I didn't bring lunch before was because I was a little embarrassed, because I'm not very good at it. To be honest, I've gotten a bit busier at work. It seems like I'll be working more overtime.
Is that so? Are you okay? Then, should I make them every day?
I wouldn't want you to do that. We might not even be able to eat together, so could we just make them separately for a while?
Alright. Well, it was just my selfish idea, so don't worry about it. Let me know when we can start it again.
Yeah, thank you. I'm sorry.
That's how I got the wrong idea, believing that it was her work that was the reason. I was sad about not being able to eat Yuuka's lunch for a while, but I agreed with a smile. Even when we took a break from exchanging lunches, if our schedules matched, we would have lunch together. Today was one of those rare days where our schedules matched, so we were having lunch together for the first time in a few days, when... Huh? Are your fingertips hurt? What happened?
I just got a small paper cut.
Is that so? A bandage was on her fingertip. It felt a bit off, but Yuuka is a bit clumsy, so it wasn't that strange. But looking back, this might have been the reason why our lunch times didn't match anymore. I'm already missing Yuuka's egg omelette. A few weeks after stopping our lunch exchange, I was already raising the white flag. Since we haven't been going home together lately, it makes things even tougher.
Oh, your lunch looks pretty good today.
Higuchi.
Yeah, eating such bad lunches could hurt your body, you know? If you fail next time, how about you just go to the company cafeteria?
I knew he wasn't a bad guy, and this was his usual harmless comment. But I was so upset that I couldn't take it lightly. You know, you should stop saying things like that.
What's gotten into you?
You're being incredibly insensitive, aren't you? I already told you before that I don't like this topic, so you should at least be able to read the room a bit. If I had been honest and said that was Yuuka's lunch, then Higuchi's inconsiderate comment might have been avoided. But Yuuka was worried about the way her lunch looked. She probably wouldn't want me to show it off too much. Sorry for suddenly getting angry, but I don't want you to talk about this anymore. Please understand.
Okay. I got it.
I wonder if Yuuka is really that busy. It's true that her department seems to be very busy. At the end of break time, I sent her a message saying, "Are you feeling okay? Don't push yourself too hard," and went back to work. And the next day, I was sitting in the break area, excited. That's because
Sorry to keep you waiting, Hiroki-kun.
I received a message that said, "It's okay, let's have lunch together tomorrow," after that. And another message saying, "I'll be making a lunch."
Hey, look at this.
Huh? What is it?
Ta-da!
Huh? You made all of this, Yuuka? A perfectly made lunchbox was spread out in front of her, full of colorful and perfect looking food. That's amazing, but why all of a sudden? Of course, I'm happy, but I couldn't hide my surprise at the drastic change. The sense of unease that I felt before resurfaced, and when I looked up, I saw... Yuuka, your hands! My eyes fell on Yuuka's fingers covered in band-aids. Seeing that they were clearly not from paper cuts, I involuntarily grabbed her wrist and looked at them. Yuuka smiled weakly and began to talk.
I'm sorry about making those embarrassing lunches before.
I finally understood. On that day, Yuuka accidentally heard Higuchi's thoughtless words, and that was why she stopped making lunches.
I thought that I made you feel embarrassed, and I felt terrible about it.
Yuuka, I have never been embarrassed for a single moment, okay?
Yeah, I know, but I thought people who didn't know the situation would probably laugh at it. I felt so ashamed.
I didn't miss the tears in Yuuka's voice at that moment when I was consumed by intense remorse.
Huh? What are you talking about?
I turned around to hear a voice, and there was Higuchi with a pale face. Higuchi, you!
Wait. Are you saying that the lunch Kirishima had that day was made by Sugino-san?
Yes, that's right.
Why is Sugino-san making Kirishima's lunch?
Because I'm dating Hiroki-kun.
Huh?
I was the one who made that super bad lunch. All of Hiroki's bad lunches were made by me.
No, that's not it. I thought that Kirishima had messed up the cooking, so I was trying to tease him. If I had known that Sugino-san made it, I wouldn't have said that.
Higuchi, I warned you so many times, didn't I? Your thoughtless words, your insensitive remarks, but I should have been firmer.
Kirishima-san?
Listen, you say too many inappropriate things. Even if you don't mean any harm, you often hurt people without realizing it. Both the chief and Hirano-san have warned you about it too. You need to start taking that seriously. Because of that, Yuuka's hands were hurt so badly like this. Listen, you can't take back the words you say. Even if the person you say it to is okay with it, you might be hurting the people around them. Stop saying things without thinking just for the sake of the mood.
Hey! Wait a minute, Kirishima. I do think that I was wrong about the lunch thing. But if you had told me that you were dating Sugino-san, then this wouldn't have happened.
That's partly true, but as I was about to explain why I didn't say it...
What are you talking about, Higuchi?
They weren't hiding it at all, were they?
Gah! Hirano-san and Chief Kawagoe?
Hirano-san and Chief Kawagoe appeared from behind Higuchi, looking exasperated.
What do you mean by ga? Seriously, it's always like that. I was surprised that you didn't realize. I thought you would have known since you had so much information.
Not noticing it when you have that much information, it's just too insensitive. That's right. The reason I didn't tell you was because I thought everyone knew. We were quite openly affectionate, so it was common knowledge. Also, I knew that Higuchi said he wouldn't go after Yuuka because she has a boyfriend, so I just assumed that he also knew that I was her boyfriend. I guess I wasn't clear enough. I should have said something. Why are you two here? You usually eat in the cafeteria.
Well, you seemed like you were worried lately, so I was curious. Then I ran into the chief here.
I knew you had lunch here, so I came to ask what was wrong with you since you were so tense yesterday, but... Chief Kawagoe looked at Higuchi and sighed deeply. You were the reason too, Higuchi. I think it'll be hard for you to get a girlfriend like this.
Quack!
That's right. There's no way that Sugino-san would like you.
Quack! Wait a minute! Why are you saying such horrible things? That's so mean!
Oh? Is it mean? That's what you always say.
Do you want me to read you the insensitive sayings list I made then?
He!
Yeah, that's probably what I was preparing it for. It's time to use it. Let me see.
And then, a few minutes later, after Hirano-san read out all of his past insensitive comments,
Did I say all of that?
Are you kidding me? Is that your reaction now?
all the times I have warned you. So that's why he never improved despite us telling him over and over again.
So, did I really say all of that? Are you sure Hirano-san didn't make all of that up?
Huh? Why would I make up a list of your insensitive sayings?
Okay, Hirano-san, I give up! I give up!
I hope you learn from this. You need to learn to take responsibility for your words, and you need to learn to read the room a bit better.
Yes.
And, Kirishima, you're reading the room too much. Not everyone can read the room as well as you can. Yes. After that, Higuchi had to read a book on communication and psychology every week, and submit a report to Chief Kawagoe about it. And so, Chief Kawagoe and Hirano-san left the break area to have lunch.
Sugino-san, even though I didn't know about it, I'm sorry for being insensitive.
No, it's okay.
Kirishima, I'm sorry for saying those horrible things.
It's fine, and I'm sorry for not telling you about an important matter. Both of us were at fault. We apologized to each other and the commotion ended. Later, Higuchi, who had to face a broken heart and his own insensitivity at the same time, seemed to have learned his lesson.
Kirishima, about that thing,
Oh, you're thinking hard about it.
I'm grateful that you looked into it beforehand, and it was really helpful. Thank you.
Oh, no problem. I'm glad I could help. He seems to think before he speaks now. This is definitely growth. That's amazing, Higuchi! You've grown so much!
You can do it when you put your mind to it, you little rascal.
Please stop that!
He was never a bad guy, so he's much easier to work with now that he says less insensitive things. I, too, have started to value communicating properly with the other person instead of just reading the room. Thanks to the changes we've made, the atmosphere of our team, which was already good, has gotten even better. And what about me and Yuuka? Let's go back to that moment. I really love the gentle taste of your cooking. Just the fact that you made lunch for me makes me so happy. I was worried if I might have been pushing you too hard.
Hiroki-kun, hey, can I start making lunch for you again?
Really? I would be so happy. And so, we started making each other's lunch again. And then, time went by. Whoa, this looks delicious today too!
I went all out again this time.
The taste and look are getting better and better, especially your egg omelette.
Aw, you mean this heart-shaped one? It's really easy. You just cut it in half and flip it over.
No, that's not what I mean. Reading the room is probably an important skill, especially for Japanese people. But that doesn't mean that you can get away with being ignorant. Sometimes, it's also important to communicate clearly and listen. I learned that once again in this situation, so I really love Yuuka's egg omelette.
I'm happy to hear that.
Seeing Yuuka's face change to a sparkling smile at my words, I once again realized how important it is to communicate your feelings.
Hello, Brittany here. You know, making those really cute bento boxes you see on like Japanese anime is very hard. I've tried. Anyways, I will see you next time. Bye bye!